here, and today we are going to try to start something new, but I just want to explain a little bit more about last week because we want to learn a little more about the basic of CLO. And let me minimize this for a second. However, this week we are going to jump into this fun project which is called Ferry dresses in CLO 3D. As you can see right here, I create these 5 fairy dresses pretty much out of scratch, guys. And so this is the concept of sketching this dress. This dress I literally sketching in CLO 3D. So if I want to turn these dresses into a real garment pattern, I have to pretty much create pattern for this dress. However, though, you can also print this out, okay? As soon as you create anything in CLO, you can print it out as a pattern. However, though, we want to fit the garment and then test the garment out if the garment fit really well onto the real human figure. Right now, they fit really well, looking pretty amazing on the avatar, but based on my experience as a seamstress, I want to mention that the dress that really looking pretty good on avatar doesn't mean looking perfect onto the real woman figure. Okay, all right, so before we're gonna get into that, let me minimize that screen, and this is where we did it last week. It's basic CLO, and we were talking about some basic stuff, let's say CLO workspace versus real and not real pattern. For example, like I mentioned earlier, you can use CLO as a sketching tool. You can sketches, but you're still creating pattern at the same time. This is my pattern. You can actually use CLO to draft real pattern. Although, like, I emphasize on the fact that you can still print out those patterns, but that doesn't mean those patterns are fit onto a real woman figure. Okay, so before we go any further, I want to point out here with my template, which is 3 digital PDF sewing templates on Etsy. You guys can purchase them, and with these templates, you can place your digital pattern onto the templates and then print them out from your home printer. And as you can see right here, I place the pattern onto the template, I test them out, and they come out accurate, so 100% accurate. Like over here I have more. This is the example of the templates, and I have this garment right there placed onto the template itself. And continue on over here, we have this measurement square, which is a T-square in this case. When you print out the pattern in the printer, you want to have the T-square to test either 1 by 1 inches or 2.5 by 2.5 centimeter. And I have some guideline about the template, and here 3 templates, guys. You guys can purchase them, and I will have the link below the video description after the live streaming is finished. All right, so let's get back to, okay, another thing here I want to mention. If you guys want to support the channel, you can become a member of Encoder fashion channel. You can pay $4.99, or I think the other one was like $2.99, something like that, and you can go in. By the way, if you guys not in like North America or Europe, let's say for example I'm right now in Albania, this country does not allow YouTube to monetize, so you can't really see the membership. You have to like live in North America or have VPN. So once again, if you want to support the channel, simply come to Encoder Fashion and then become a member, guy. Those members also get exclusive, let's say, watch mini tutorial without have to go through advertisement, and you get to access more kind of full course, again, all hands-on courses that you can follow along and then create any project, like say dresses or basic shirt, basic top, something like that. Okay, and I will continue to upload more videos onto the membership, and you guys can join and pay, you know, member just to support the channel. I would appreciate it. Thank you guys. Now let's cut back to CLO. Let me minimize this. In fact, let's just let's minimize that for now. Okay, here we go. So right now I'm in CLO, and this is where we left off from last week. First of all, let me Alright, so this is where we left off. And this dress right here, it's not perfect. However, though, I draft this dress basically like a sketching. If you guys done some sketching, let's say use Adobe Illustrator to sketch the garment, okay? You would place it onto your croquis and then you begin to sketch your garment. In this case, you sketch your garment onto the avatar, and by the end you have the pattern. And like I mentioned earlier, it's a little bit more complicated at first if you not yet know how to use CLO. But when you know how to use CLO, let's say for example, when it's come to CLO, compared to Adobe Illustrator, we have this gravity in CLO. So what that means, if you sketch something and then you try to sew together and place it onto the avatar, when you simulate, if you don't sew it right, it's all tangled and messed up. Which is, that's, to me, it's kind of hard because you can't really see how or what did you do wrong because the garment all tangled. With Adobe Illustrator, you don't see the tangleness, but at the end you don't have the pattern. So with that said, you can actually create any garment, you can sketch any dresses or pattern, and by the end of your work you get to see how the garment fit as well as you got the pattern. That doesn't mean the pattern fit well onto let's say you measure your body and then you try to create dress for it, and then here you have to print the garment out, then make a sample with, you know, certain fabric. Usually you use a muslin fabric to create dress or the garment, and then try to fit it out. So in this case, back to CLO, I sketched this dress out really quickly, okay, to create this dress. And the same that I'm going to try to explain to you in a bit here about this Ferry dress. I'm going to sketch this dress out and you will see how easy that is. So if you are ready to follow along, or you can just sit back and relax, enjoy the sketching process, you can also do that too. Alright, so now I'm going to open a new file here. We are going to create the Ferry dresses, okay? So first let's go to file. If I'm in CLO, go to file and then we want to open new projects, okay? So to open new project, after open new project, we want to go in to select the avatar. In this case, I already created my avatar earlier. However, I'm going to show you how to do it. Simply go to the avatar folder and then select female underscore. And here I'm going to change the view here to list view to preview, and then I'm going to select one of the avatar here. So you can select any avatar you want here, but for me I'm going to select fv2 underscore Maya. So you can either double click and then load her or drag and drop. Okay, so now here's the avatar. Alright, so let me show you my other avatar here. I'm going to load in my other avatar that I created earlier. So come over here and then come to my avatar folder here, double click, and here this is my other avatar. I'm going to right click and then select add to workspace, and here by default I have add button selected, and then I have 1 meter, which is perfect, and down here unit is meter. I'm going to click on OK. So in this case I'm going to compare my avatar with the default avatar that came with CLO, and I'm going to show you how to modify this avatar. By the way, it's super easy, guys. With CLO you pretty much do a lot of things like automatic. Alright, so to create this fairy dress, I want to change a couple things for the avatar. I want to make her waist super slim. It's like not a real waist measurement at all, like only 50 centimeter, and the bust here 90, and then here like roughly 100 for her lower hip and the high hip. So first of all, let's go in and then I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can click on the avatar right here. So if you look at right here, the avatar that I rewired is super slim on the waist, and her bust is really buff. And not only that, the skin tone is also quite brown compared to her, because the default one is a little pale. And also I modify here the lip and the eyebrow, also the hair. So as you can see right there, also the shoe of course, but the shoe I just changed the color. And we are going to try to accomplish that. Let's zoom into the shoe here. So the shoe here, I changed the color of the shoe and as well as change her to slipper. However, though, I'm going to probably change 2 different kind of shoe too, because with the dress that I showed you earlier, let me go back to that dress. So I have this high heel shoe for her. So let's just change that to high heel. Okay, so right now what we need to do here, we will modify the avatar, and super easy because we do not have to leave CLO to do this. So first I'm going to delete this avatar. Simply click on it and then press on the delete or backspace on the keyboard to delete. Alright, so now back to our avatar. I'm going to go over here to this avatar and then select avatar editor. Okay, and when it's come to changing the avatar, quick tip guys, we want to start from top down, and by default I have this avatar size selected. That's what we want, and we only need to do a few things here. So let's say I'm happy with the height, I don't have to worry about that. But if you want to change the height from 175 to something else, start from the top down, because whatever you start from the top, it will change the value from the bottom. It will change the value in these bottom lines as well. So let's go to bust circumference, because I do not need to change the height. Bust circumference, I will change that to 90. And here the warning information coming up said, okay, if we change it, the size no longer be maintained, which is perfect. We do not have to care about the size anything, because right here it's a fairy dresses. It's just not real garment. It's just for my experiment. Okay, I'm going to click on OK. Alright, so next I'm going to come down here and change the waist here to 50, because I like her waist much slimmer. And then press on the tab key here, and it should take a minute. Okay, now the hip look a little clunky because we want to change this high hip to somewhat a little bit smaller. Let's see, 85, and then press on the tab key here. Perfect. So let's say I'm happy with this, because based on what I see here, the hip, and it kind of makes sense with the curve here, and that's, to me, that's perfect. After that, I'm going to click on X here to close the avatar, and let me expand this 3D window a little. Alright, so now we're going to customize the avatar face, guys. It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to kind of zoom in a little here, pressing on, you can pressing on Command or Control and then click on the plus sign here to zoom in, and then to zoom out, simply Command or Control, and then click on the minus sign. All right, so I'm going to click on the avatar. So by the way, guys, certain avatar have the option for you to modify the avatar faces or skin tone without leaving CLO, but some avatar you can't do that. However, though, Maya and this avatar can actually change it in CLO. Simply click on the avatar and then come over here to the property editor and click on this. So under body styling and skin style, you click on this kind of the avatar icon here, click on that, and then I'm going to change, let's say, her hair color. I'm going to leave the hair color like that because we'll go in and then change the hair later. Right now I'm going to change her skin tone. So let's say that I'm happy with that, or maybe try this one a little browner. Nope, this one. Or let's say I'm not really happy with all these color. I'm going to click on this color chip right here to get more color. So let's say I want something more like yellowish, and then come over here and then click on apply and close, and I'm going to change, see right here, I'm going to play with the blend mode a little. Right now it is average. I'm going to change that to, let's say, multiply, and see what it looks like. Not way too much. Okay, let's say I'm gonna pick the one that they offer here, and different one, and I'm going to change this. Instead of multiply, we'll change that to add. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, never mind, I'm going to try overlay. Okay, and how about color dodge? Nope, not that either. Let's say multiply. It's still a little bit too much brown for me. I mean reddish. I think I kind of like this one. I'm going to stick with that. All right, so now come down here. This is underwear. We will change that to nude later, but right now I'm going to stick with color. However, though, I want to change the color of the underwear to green. I will click on this green here and then change this color to maybe normal. Okay, that green is good for now. And then eyebrow. So eyebrow, I'm going to change the color of the eyebrow. So that one, this one, let's see, this one, maybe this one. Alright, so after that I'm going to come over here and change her lip. So you can also select, right now by default I have lip for Maya. I can click on this twirling arrow here to change it to a different lip. Let's say Yuna or Naomi, but whichever lip you want. Right now I kind of like Naomi lip better, and Maya eyebrow, that is fine. And I'm going to change the color, like click on this red lip for yeah, pinks looks pretty good. Next I'm going to, let's say I'm finished everything, I'm going to click on OK here. Alright, so now click on the page here to deselect. Alright, so right now we have her face modified as well as her, you know, undergarment. We have the colors green. Next, let's change the shoe. We'll go to shoe here. So by the way, guys, I have video on how to get free asset from CLO. And once again, go to my channel and then let me show you how to do that. So right here, I'm in Encoder Fashion. Click on the search icon here. By the way, guys, this search icon only available for desktop or laptop. It doesn't available for phone. So if you want to search, let's say asset or CLO asset, let's see if I have, and then click on search, you will see CLO asset pop up. Anything that relate to CLO asset, for example, free 3D, object, download, close 3D. So this is the live one that I have. You can go in and then watch how I do it. So you can download hundreds of free items from CLO official connect, guys. So I would recommend go in there and watch the video on how to download free asset from CLO official website, okay? 100% free. If you already subscribed to CLO, you have the access to do that. So let me minimize that back. And now let's get back here. I'm gonna change the shoe. And right here, this is the CLO shoe that I have. I'm going to change here, change the preview to a preview icon here so I get to see the shoe. So here I'm going to select, let's see, yeah, this is the right shoe that I have earlier. Simply double click and then the shoe right here loaded to with the avatar. So right now, okay, the shoe is fit perfect and the avatar is also perfect. Sometimes when you apply the asset onto the avatar, the avatar doesn't stay, let's say it's kind of stay too high above the ground. You don't want that. You want the avatar to stay right on the ground, or maybe too low or to the side. So to reset the avatar perfectly on the center, you click on the avatar, then right click, and then you want to select the move all avatar and garments to either center or to the ground. So click and then move it down just like that. Now the avatar lay perfect onto the ground. Alright, so next we are going to create this dress. Okay, before we're gonna do that though, let's say I'm really happy with the avatar and I want to save that for me, you know, when I want to create more fun project like this, I can use the same avatar over and over without having to go in and create another one. To do that, you go to File and then select Save As, and instead of Save As Project like we normally do, we want to select Save As Avatar. And here, this is important. You want to leave this FV2 underscore Maya, because what happens is you want to apply any accessories onto the avatar, you have to have the same exact version. So right here we have female version 2 and we want that. So I'm going to name it green 50 cm and then underscore, and then I have this file here fv2 underscore Maya and so on, and right here I already have my folder here. So I'm going to save in that same folder and click on save. And another thing here, I have that folder already linked into my favorite. If I looked it over here under my EF underscore avatar here, click on it, now I have 2. So this is my first one, and this is the second one that I just create, choose me. Alright, so now I'm safe to even I want to delete this avatar and then load the same avatar in, no problem. And I can load it over and over, use it for the future. Alright, so now it is time to create dresses for the avatar. This is fun, guys. Alright, so let me refer to this dress. So these fairy dresses are pretty much the half top part are the same, but they have different shape for the bottom part, okay? And I also apply sequences around this hem as well as the neck and the armhole. And over here I have this all front, which is quite, and the back I also have backless. By the way, let me minimize that, and I'm going to let open the project that I have earlier. So I'm going to come over here and then let's go to recent. So right here, this is the dress that I created. How about I'm going to actually open a new project. Let's add one, and I'm going to open that project that I have created earlier. So in this case, I will go to my folder here, should be under like CLO projects, and then over here should be fairy dress right there. So I'm going to click and then open. So right now I have add. I'm going to click on open here. So I will show you the back of the dresses. It takes a little bit of time to load, guys, because I have 5 of them. Alright, so let me expand this to view just the 3D window. Alright, let me rotate her. Let's press on number 8 here to see. So here you go, and I'm going to turn on this high quality rendering too. So this is the back of the dress, pretty much backless. And here's the also the shape of the back of the dress as well. And if I zoom in closely, you get to see these perfect sequences that I apply onto the dress. And there you go. I also have the type of the fabric that I apply onto the dress, as well as what kind of top stitch that I use to apply onto the dress. And over here, I'm going to come over here to history, because I also have saved the dresses under history. So these dresses, I create them one by one, and then I save into history, and then I'm loading back onto the workspace. So that's why all these dresses here. And the good thing about the history panel, guys, when you save the dresses, all the garment that you save in the history panel, it's still in the file, in the project file. So this is right here. I have, once again, these beautiful detailed sequences. And if I come closely over here, I also have for the back, and then let me press on number 2 here, and then here's the front. Okay. Alright, so now let's open new file here, new project, so we can create that dress. Okay, let me reset that. Alright, and once again, I'm going to load the avatar. Simply double click, load her to the workspace. Okay, and I'm going to simply delete the avatar, because we want to load the one that will heal. Click on this one and then load to the workspace. Okay. Oh, by the way, we need to change her hair, because the hair that we have earlier should be kind of blonde-ish. Or you can leave it that for now. We'll change the hair later. Alright. So now let's begin sketching the dress for the avatar. To sketch the dress, I'm going to use this polygon tool here, and then simply click one right here, click one right here, right here. Then I'm going to, let's zoom in a little. Like click one right here, and then over here, and the height is probably about this much. I'm going to press on shift here and then click one right here in the center, come over here. And I'm going to kind of curve this neck just a little, and then we want to curve this armhole just like that. And I also want to curve this, right? But before we're going to do that though, I'm going to add points here. Alright, so first of all, let me bring in the images that we create earlier so we can use that as a reference. So if we look at right here, I have this is the first dress that I create, okay? I have this hem, and then I create this second, then third, and then fourth, and then this is the fifth dress. So to create this hem right here, I'm going to come over here and then add a point here, okay? So use this add point / split line tool, then click one right here, and then going to add one more point right here. After that, I will remove this point. Simply change the tool here to edit pattern tool, and then click one right here, and then press on the delete or backspace on the keyboard to delete. And next we want to create this curve a little bit. By the way guys, this is sketching, okay? So if you see I'm drafting this pattern, it pretty much sketching the pattern more so than drafting. I just draw it onto the avatar. And next I'm going to create the curve here. Simply use this edit curvature tool. Use this smooth curve tool, and we want to click and then drag it out just a little bit like that, okay? And then we want to create a dot line here. Click on the center, right click, and then select offset as internal line, and then I'm going to type in 8.5 and then click on OK. And if I look at over here, I'm going to create a dot right here. To create a dot, we have this dot tool, guys. It's super cool. Click on it to select, and I'm going to hover the mouse about right here. Once again, guys, remember this is sketching. We're going to click one right there, and then I'm going to create the perfect dot. So 1 centimeter, and then press on the tab key, type in 1 centimeter, and then down here type in 14. Press on the tab key and then type in 14, and then I'm going to, let's change this to 1 point. Leave 1 centimeter fine. Then I'm going to click on OK. Alright. So now we create the perfect dot. Next, we want to create the next from here to here. Okay. So let's get back to our image here. So we have right here for front neck depth, pretty much reach to her vest. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I will simply hover the mouse over here, and then we'll switch the tool here to internal polygon / line tool. Then click one pretty much right here, and then we want to create this curve. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Then click one right there, press on the return enter on the keyboard to confirm, and let's tweak a little bit. Let's see, we kind of want this come down here just a little, and then we want this up just a little bit, and we will turn this to curve. Promise. Let's use this smooth curve tool. See if we can simply turn this to curve. Yes, we can. Perfect. And right now we will convert these all to curve here. Use this edit pattern tool. We want to let just like that, and then simply bring it up. Right. And let's bring this out a little bit further, and right here let's see if we can convert into curve point and see if we check anything. So come up here. Let's say I'm not really happy with this. I'm going to do a couple more things here. Let's simply delete this point, and then I'm going to once again add another point right here, and I'm going to use this edit curvature to kind of push this out a little. and then push this in, and let's see if I can actually convert this into curve. See if nope, I still don't like it. Let's remove that and then start all over. And once again, use this internal polygon slash line tool, and this time let's try it again. We want it kind of curved but not too curvy. And come up here. I'm going to come all the way here and then click twice to end. Okay, now let's see. And down here, alright, so let's say I'm happy with this curve here. Now I'm going to use this edit, use the transform pattern tool. Then my key selects all the pattern pieces, right click, and I'm going to select symmetric pattern with sewing. We want to create a copy here, and I'm going to press on shift and then click one right here to place the pattern. And let's move them over here a little. Okay, so now I'm going to reduce this front part here. I will use this edit pattern tool, click over here, right click, and I'm going to select offset as internal line, and we want to change this to 2 and individual, and here select selected line, and change the first value to 1 centimeter. Press on the tab key and then change it to 1.25, and then click on OK here to confirm. Next, let's draw the line. I will use this internal polygon slash line tool. We want to draw one line from here and then one line to here, and then I'm going to cut. Right click and then select cut here. Alright, just like that. Next we want to remove this line here, we don't need it. Okay guys, let's say today we are not finished with our fairy dresses. We are going to continue finish these dresses for the next live session, okay? And thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. And remember to go in and then check out courses on Encoder Fashion. And I hope you guys have a beautiful evening or beautiful morning from around the world. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Bye. See you next live